I'm Adaline Bebo and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for continuous elbow rolls. So with that, let's get rolling. As usual, we'll begin by talking about what the body should be doing during continuous elbow rolls. So obviously the very first thing we're going to talk about is what your elbows are doing. When you begin, your elbows are here, similar to when you would do a double elbow roll or any kind of elbow roll. You really want your elbows flat and tabletop so the baton can roll across both elbows and it has a nice solid surface to roll off of. So as you begin your elbow rolls, you'll be here. But as you turn, you'll pull your shoulders back. Your shoulder blades should be nice and tight. I envision pulling my elbows like I'm trying to touch my elbows behind me. Obviously it's not gonna happen, but I keep my elbows nice and even as I turn during continuous elbow rolls. Notice that I'm not lifting them or dropping them because obviously that'll cause some problems with the baton itself, but pulling my shoulders as tight as I can behind me, and then I'll turn to continue and bring them back to where I started, which is in front of me. The next part of the body, which for me is arguably one of the most important parts of the elbow roll and being able to do a continuous elbow roll successfully, is your feet pattern. When you begin, I always begin in fifth position, nice and pulled up, and the very first step that I take as I put the elbow roll on my first elbow is with my left foot, and I step at this 45-degree angle. My entire body is facing that angle, and I shift my weight onto the left foot. From there, my right foot will come out and it's my second step. I step almost directly out to the side. Sometimes it's a little bit more of this angle as I step for my second step. My third step is with my left foot, and it's going to be here at this angle. So we're moving from angle to angle. So if you notice again, starting from the first step, we step left to this angle, step again. Here we're gonna cut this corner to make this circular motion, and we're going to continue in this semicircle. So from here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here, square to the front, and we continue again going in this semicircle in order to complete the full circle. So if you want to go past 4 elbow rolls, you continue in this semicircle pattern, turn again to this angle, here, and you'll end it facing the back in that complete circle. To get rolling and add the baton to our continuous elbow rolls. I always begin these like I would in my short program with a flourish, square to the front. As I'm ready to begin the roll, I take this 45-degree angle step on my left foot. As I do that, my baton also changes pattern. It goes from square to the front to putting it on at this angle. Now, it doesn't sound very normal to begin a roll off pattern, but as you begin the roll, starting it off pattern will then lead to it being on pattern later. So by beginning this roll at this 45-degree angle, your shoulders, your hips, your feet, and your baton all at this 45-degree will help continue the roll on pattern. Now you've put the baton on, you're at that 45-degree angle, you've stepped on your left foot, we're ready to go to step number 2. Step number 2 occurs after you've pushed this baton and it's vertical. As it's vertical, you're going to step on that right foot and turn into the baton to roll it over that right arm. So if you're really turning into and underneath the baton the entire time during continuous elbow rolls, you're never forcing the baton in any one direction, you're always letting the baton guide you and guide your body. Your feet work are what's going to give it direction, so by staying in that circular pattern with your feet and moving with and along with the baton, you'll be able to continue these elbow rolls successfully. So now we put together step 1 and step 2. This is where the continuous elbow roll gets a little bit tricky. So as this roll occurs after your right arm, it's straight up and down, you're going to turn, you're going to pull this left shoulder nice and tight like we talked about in the beginning with those shoulder blades back. You're going to really reach with this left shoulder to come underneath and meet the baton into this next left elbow roll. So again, you're going to go from here, you're going to turn your body. I almost think about guiding and pulling my body around with my left elbow. The baton will be straight up and down, right along your midline. It should be in line with your spine as you turn into the baton. Like I said earlier, you wanna make sure that you are being led by the baton. You're not forcing it, you're not bouncing it, and you're not lifting this elbow too much to lift it and push it that way. It will go on its own if you've given it enough momentum to begin with. So now that you've reached around, it's come around on your left, you're just going to continue again with a double elbow roll like we did earlier. So it's here, vertical, right here in the middle. It should be vertical right in between those two arms, right at your midline before it rolls again. And in my short program, I would do an elbow layout, but if you want to continue these continuous elbow rolls, you would continue turning by putting that weight on your right foot, reaching again around with your shoulder blades nice and tight to receive it on that left elbow. Putting it all together, for me, was most successful when I would count. So I would give myself counts that would coordinate the baton and the foot movement. So I pull up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that was how I was most successful in timing my feet consistently, making sure each step was right on the count, each step size was congruent, along with the baton counts. Coordinating the timing of your baton and of your body and not letting one get ahead of the other is the key to successful continuous elbow rolls. Also, I will admit that I have a slight elbow lift here with this right elbow when I turn into mine, but in an ideal world, your elbows stay completely flat all the way around. Nobody's perfect, and eventually over time, I found that that was the way that I was most successful with continuous elbow rolls, and that worked for me. So being experimental with these, trying them, drilling them, spending a lot of time getting to know and really feeling the weight of the baton is absolutely key, like it is with any rolls. Hopefully you found these tips and tricks for continuous elbow rolls helpful. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, and let me know what kind of rolls you need help with next. Until next time, work hard and be bold.